Bastiodon is back with the Indigo Disc DLC and has brought some new toys along with it, including the move Body Press, which bases its power on the user's defense stat, not its attack stat. And coming off a whopping 168 base defense, you know that's going to leave a mark. Pair that with the move Iron Defense that boosts the user's defense by 2 stages, and you're in for a real treat. Alright, look, today we have a great battle against Shallows YT. They have a channel, so be sure to go check them out. A link in the description down below. But some great plays and movesets in this battle I'm sure you're all going to enjoy. Here are the teams. Let me know who you think will win in the comment section down below, and stick around till the end to find out if you're right. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the battle. And the battle begins. Good luck, have fun, Shallows. So they're going to lead off with Slippery Jim, the Milotic, as we lead off with Industria, the Weezing. Now, the reason I led off with Industria, the Weezing is plain and simply because I just figured it does really well against the team. You know, the Scizor doesn't appreciate a Flamethrower, etc. I figured it does really well. I am going to go straight for a Sludge Wave. They do switch out. What are they going to go into, though? Are they going to go into Scizor? Espeon comes in. Now, Espeon is not going to appreciate a Choice Spec Sludge Wave, that's for sure, as we go straight for said Sludge Wave and nearly knock them out, which is crazy good damage. So there we go. Now I'm going to go straight into Slowking. I don't really see any reason not to go Slowking against a Espeon. They could trick us, but I don't think they will. So we withdraw our Industria, the Galarian Weezing, and we're going to go straight into our Slowqueen over here, because why not? As they go for a Morning Sun, they're going to get some health back. So they're a Morning Sun Espeon, which is interesting to see. Don't normally see recovery moves on Espeon, but you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. Let's go for a Chilly Reception, just get on out of there. They go for a Magical Leaf, which is going to do a bit of damage to our Slowking. And we tell a chillingly bad joke, which is amazing. Chilly Reception comes through. Get that Snow up, and then we get a free switch in with whatever we want. Now, I am leaning towards Bastiodon. Now, the reason I'm leaning towards Bastiodon is quite plain and simply because we have got the Iron Defense, but that Sneasler is around. It's a bit of a threat, so I don't want to bring it in just yet. So what I'm going to do instead is I am going to bring in the Incineroar, just to get off that knockoff. It's going to sting anything really that they want to bring in, if they bring anything in. I feel like they have to kind of let Espeon go down here, because we could go for a close combat on that T-Tar. We go for all sorts. I am going to go for the U-turn, because I feel like they do switch out into the Hisuian Sneasler. Sneasel. They do go for a Power Gem, though. They whack out the Power Gem, which is going to do over half to our Incineroar. Not seen Power Gem on an Espeon before, but that definitely worked out for them, because now our Incineroar is damaged. So that is a really good play on their behalf, to be fair. So down goes the Espeon, which is great. And Incineroar is going to come back to us. So what I'm leaning towards now is I am leaning towards the Weezing again, but that's just basing the Scizor. Although I'm confident we can take a Bullet Punch and Flamethrower that thing in the face. So I might actually just do that. I think Galarian Weezing's putting in the work today. I think it is putting in the work. So let's bring it back in. Like so. In comes the Scizor. Now, Scizor is an interesting Pokemon here. If it's banded, we can probably take one Bullet Punch from it and go for a Flamethrower. Now, we could Terra, but I'm leaning towards just going into Incineroar again. I think Incineroar is the best thing. They're going to actually make a double switch themselves, expecting us to switch out, and they're going to go into Slippery Jim, which is going to be the Milotic again. So Milotic is a good Pokemon to answer our Incineroar, so they made the right prediction there. They predicted our Incineroar to come in, and what's great about this is for them is that the Intimidate is going to give them a competitive boost, if they are in fact competitive, which they are. So now their special attack is sky high, so we have one choice to make. They have an Adrenaline Orb as well. Okay, so they have an Adrenaline Orb. Okay, this Milotic just turned into a big threat. But we do have the Slowking in the back, who doesn't care for it at all. I think I'm going to have to go Slowking. I know there's a lot of switching in this game, but you have to understand that I can't stay in with my Incineroar against the Milotic. That's +2 special attack and +1 speed. It just won't work out very well for me. So I'm going to go into Slowqueen real quick. There we go. They do go for the Surf, which would have definitely KO'd my Incineroar. Not quite going to KO the Slowking, as now I can go for a Future Sight. Now, the problem we've got is they're going to have Recover. They're going to have Recover. Which means this Future Sight is not really going to be doing too much damage, but it is what it is at the end of the day. So they go for a Terra Blast. They are going to be Terror of some kind. There must not be a Terror that benefits them against Slowqueen, which is fair enough if they're not. I'm wondering what Terra type they're going to be. But we get that Future Sight off. And then what we're going to do is this next turn, we're going to go for a Slack off. We want to get our health back, that's for sure. I'm kind of hoping they do Terra so that we can potentially scold them. So I'm going to go for the Slack off right now. They go for another Terra Blast, which is going to do a good amount of damage to my Slow Queen. We go for a Slack off though. There we go. And that's going to get us some nice health back. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to Chilly Reception on out of there. Because I do have a way to deal with this. And the way that I'm going to deal with this is purely and simply going to either be the Thunderbolt on the Latios, because I'm confident we can take an Ice Beam. Or Bastiodon's Body Press and Donphan's Earthquake, because we have Sturdy on both of those Pokemon. So that's the way I'm going to have to deal with this. So they go for a Coil. So they're actually a Coil set, which is interesting. That's going to boost their accuracy, which is what I'm guessing they're going for on the defense boost as well. I'm wondering what move they're going to have to benefit from that Coil, though. Because they've got Coil, they've got Surf, they've got Terra Blast, and they've probably got Recover. So I'm wondering what the Coil's for. I'm really wondering what the Coil's for other than the defense boost. So I am going to go Latios right now. And Latios is basically my only way of taking care of this Milotic right now. Is by going for that Thunderbolt. So they go for the Future Sight. That's going to get some damage on them, which is great. I am going to go for the Thunderbolt. I would Terra, but I don't want to waste my Terra too early. So they go for a Terra Blast. It's going to sting, but it's not going to KO my Latios, as we can go for a T-Bolt now and hopefully get rid of them. They do barely live. That ain't good. That ain't good, as we're going to lose our Latios right now. I don't see any way around it. They are going to Terrestrialize this turn, though. What are they going to go for, though? What are they going to go for? I'm assuming they have Recover. They've got to have Recover, right? Terra Ground. Okay, so the Terra Ground Milotic. That's interesting. So Terra Ground Milotic means that they have to go for a Surf here, or a Terra Ground attack, which is fine by me. So they go for a Recover to get that health back. We go for the T-Bolt. It's obviously not going to work. Now they have Surf, and they have Terra Blast Ground. So we can go for a Luster Purge right here. Maybe I should go for a Draco Meteor, but I kind of want to weaken it first with the Luster Purge and then go for the Draco Meteor. They go for another Recover, which is to be expected. They want to get back up to full HP, but what we can do here is, unfortunately, Luster Purge is going to lower the special defense, probably, of the Milotic. But it's not too bad, because now that the competitive boost has gone up, the special defense has dropped, we can go for a Draco Meteor right now and hopefully get the KO on this Milotic. That's the hope. So they go for another Recover, which is fair enough. They're going to try and get their health back. They really don't want to go down to this next move. We go for a Draco Meteor. And it takes out the Milotic because of the special defense drop from Luster Purge. Boom! That is why we like Latios. It's so hard hitting. So hard hitting as the Milotic goes down from full. No problems there. So now we've got a bit of a predicament in the fact that they can bring in anything pretty much and revenge kill my Latios. In comes the Scizor. So Scizor can easily bullet punch us into oblivion right now, or he can go for a U-turn. I am going to go ahead and go back into Incineroar. I don't see any reason not to go into Incineroar right now. So I'm going to go into Incineroar real quick. It looks like they have stayed in. Other than again, they would have switched last anyway. So we're going to go into Tigger real quick. There we go. Get the Intimidate off, which is always nice and fine. They do go for a Fury Cutter, which is interesting, as we can just now go for a Flare Blitz and take out this Scizor, no problem. They pretty much have to go into T-Tar right now, so I kind of want to go close combat. They might also go for a Bullet Punch. I don't think Bullet Punch KOs, but I'm going to go for it anyway. They go for a Fury Cutter. The Choice Scarf Scizor with Fury Cutter. What are these sets today? These are crazy sets. Really cool sets, though. They're putting in the work right now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring in the Bastiodon. I think it's time to bring in the Bastiodon. I really think it's time to bring the Bastiodon because they're clearly locked into the Fury Cutter. I'm going to go for an Iron Defense real quick. So they go for a Swords Dance. So they're actually a Swords Dance Scizor with max speed to outspeed the Incineroar. That's crazy cool. That's really cool. I was expecting the standard, max HP, max attack Scizor, but no. Definitely not. So they probably have close combat, right? In which case, we can probably go for a Terra Fairy Iron Defense right now, if we expect them to go for a close combat. But then again, they're not running the standard sets, so they might not even have close combat. They might be setting up Bullet Punches to go for a setting up Swords Dance to go for a Bullet Punch here. Okay. I'm going to Tera Fairy Iron Defense. That's the way I'm going to go. I'm going to Tera Fairy Iron Defense because I'm expecting either a close combat right now or a Brick Break or something along those lines that we can now resist thanks to our Fairy typing and hopefully do some work again. So they go for another Swords Dance. That's absolutely fine. We go for another Iron Defense. Iron Defense is going to put us in a really unique position here. So Iron Defense comes back. There we go. Iron Defense comes through. And now we can probably one-shot this thing with Body Press or Foul Play. I am going to go for the Body Press option just because we have such high defense right now that I think Body Press will KO. They go for a Bullet Punch though. That's going to sting. Not quite nearly enough damage. Bastiodon, the absolute wall that it is. And down goes the Scizor to the Body Press. Bastiodon putting in the work right now. Bastiodon putting in the work right now. That's absolutely crazy. In comes Sneasel. Hisuian Sneasel. I kept calling it Sneasler earlier. I don't know why. So I'm going to go for a Body Press. This thing could be special for all I know. They go for a Gunk Shot though, proving they are physical. It's going to do minimal damage. Does get the Poison, which is unfortunate because that could definitely matter down the line. As we go for a Body Press and watch this KO. Doesn't even KO the Sneasel. That's crazy. Does a lot of damage though, considering it's a resisted hit. Does a lot of damage considering it's a resisted hit, that's for sure. So down goes Sneasel the next turn though. That's crazy good, that is. So they go for another Gunk Shot. They don't miss, which is always nice. They get that nice and powerful Gunk Shot off. We go for a Body Press, take out Sneasel. And that's going to be the game pretty much for the Sneasel. So that's great. That's great. In comes Bertha, which is going to be the T-Tar. So T-Tar's coming in right now, trying to weaken us. Ready for the Sandstream. The Sandstream on the Houndstone with a Poltergeist. That's what's coming my way right now. We go for a Body Press. They do go for a Rock Slide, which is going to do a bit of damage to us. Is he going to flinch? No flinches. We go for a Body Press. Take out Bertha, no problem. So Bertha goes down. Now, after the Poison and the Sandstorm, we've got leftovers, so we should be alright. We've got leftovers, so we should be alright. But can a +4 defense Bastiodon live a Poltergeist from a Houndstone? In comes the Houndstone. Now it's time to find out. This Sandstream is going to be really powerful right now. If they pull out Last Respects, I'm going to be disappointed, but at the same time, it's fine. Let's go for that Foul Play. It's the only move we've got to hit this thing with. They go for a Play Rough, which is still enough to KO our Bastiodon. As Bastiodon does go down, the wall is going to break down. Unfortunately for us, but it did so well this game. I'm so happy Bastiodon did so well. So now we've got to worry. Are they choice banded right now? That's the real question. Are they choice banded? So I'm going to bring in the Weezing and we're going to end this with a bang. We're going to end this with a bang. So we're going to bring in the Weezing real quick. Get that Misty Surge up. There we go. Get the Misty Surge up. And then we're going to end this thing with a bang. We're going to go for that Misty Explosion, which should take out the Houndstone. As they go for a Psychic Fangs. Does a lot of damage. But it's not quite enough to get the KO. As we go for a Misty Explosion right now to end the game. And that is going to be the game. So GG Shellos YT. Go check out their channel. I'll leave a link to it in the description down below. They've only uploaded one video so far, but it was a pretty good video in my opinion. So definitely go check them out. GG Shellos. But anyway, here is the team. If you want to try it out, use the code at the top right corner of the screen. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.